if we look at the tradition, it is very positive. In our service books, we find prayers for animals. After all, the state of their animals is very important for people in agricultural situations. So you would find prayers, for example, for sick cattle. And therefore, undoubtedly, there is a positive attitude that we humans are entitled to make use of the animals, but we should do so in such a way as respects their dignity, their particular character. We should use the animals but not abuse them. This is certainly our position in principle. We have plenty of examples from the lives of the saints of friendly relations between humans and animals. It is true that in practice we don't always live up to our ideals, but certainly the position of our church is that we show towards the animals compassion and respect, that we may make them do work for us, yes, but we should ensure they are not overworked, they are not exhausted. We do not put tasks on horses that are beyond their power, that we keep them properly fed, clean, and in good health. So, yes, we are to treat the animals with compassion. In the Orthodox Church, meat eating is allowed, but, of course, animals, if they are killed for our human use, that must be done humanely. We are always faced by the gap between theory and practice, between our ideals and the actual reality. And so I'm sure that in practice there's a great deal that needs to be done to teach our people how to treat animals better. And when we look at the traditional Orthodox countries, Greece or Cyprus or Ukraine and Russia, yes, we would see many things happening which we regret. There's a real need for teaching in this field. Far too often in the past, it has been imagined that sin is something that only involves relations between humans. But in fact, the way we treat the world round us, material things, and still more the animals, this too can involve sin if we do not treat God's creation with proper respect. So yes, we must constantly work to improve what we are doing. The obvious challenge is the desire that people have to make as much money as possible. And so there's always the danger that animals will be exploited in farming to make maximum profits. I think, for example, of hens being kept in batteries, in cages under blazing lights day and night to make them lay more eggs. And this is clearly an affront, a grave offense against the integrity of these birds. They are being kept in totally unnatural conditions, which indeed they obviously find stressful. You see them pecking away at their own skin and losing all their feathers. So people do such a thing to maximize their profits. And we have to work on this to show that it is perfectly possible to farm in an organic manner and to care for animals in a way that shows proper respect for their own intrinsic character. And yet it is still possible to do so economically and to make profit. So it's not a question of either showing compassion to animals or making a profit. We can do both together if we pursue a reasonable program that respects the animals, that farms the land in a sympathetic and generous way. So I fear the greatest challenge is to make clear to people that they don't lose money by farming in a compassionate way. So this, to me, is the greatest challenge. We need to impress on people that animals, yes, are subjects, not objects. They have feelings. They suffer pain and fear. They respond to kind treatment. So we must never treat them just as things that we can use as we wish for our own convenience. We must always respect them, allow them their own integrity, allow the animals to be themselves, and yet they can still be domestic animals and still be used to help us in farming and in other ways.